Hello, everybody out there, and welcome to another episode of the Talk That Talk Show with me, Barry Holmes. I'm happy to be in front of you guys, in front of the camera for 255. Where does the time go? But, here we are. And, I feel like the summer's flown by, man. We're already towards the end of the summer. Well, at least towards the end of July. We still got a whole month of August left. But it just seems like I blinked and the school year was over. But, here we are in, the end of July. And, I had one of the best weeks I could ever have in my life. And, I just want to thank everyone out there that continues to tune into the show, whether you're tuned in on Facebook Live, or whether you're tuned in on Instagram Live or YouTube as this gets posted a little bit later. But, this week has been monumentous because, like I alluded to in the previous episode, this was leading into my 34th birthday. And, this was a big one for us because leading into the birthday, I had a tournament that I was bowling in prior to, and I talked about it a lot before about just how excited I was to go into this Dutchman, and I came into it with goals. First and foremost, big shout out to my brother for bowling doubles with me, my father, my sister, TK, my brother-in-law. It's just fantastic when I get the chance to bowl with them, and I feel as though part of the reason why I've been able to get better in the game has been because we've challenged each other, not only to be better within our own selves, but also to go to different alleys and challenge ourselves in that aspect of trying to figure out the shot, and not only figuring it out but being successful. And this Dutchman tournament is in Pennsylvania. It's something that we always look forward to every year, and one of the stipulations that they have in there is that once you throw 6 strikes in a row, you could potentially get a chance at the famous baloney, the coveted baloney, as some may say. But it's a lot harder than it thinks and looks. In about 6-7 years of me trying, I've never gotten the coveted baloney. But, leading into it, I was very confident, this past weekend. I thought that, the work that I put in, had some really good practice sessions, and, the confidence was at an all-time high. And, leading into it, I was just really excited. I think that when I got out there, I saw that it was definitely not easy, but I saw that my mental game got a lot better. In the past, baloney tournaments, it seemed like mentally I was lost out there. I didn't have a clue. The confidence was real low after leaving those alleys, those days. And, when I looked at my dad and we looked at the scores, I could have never thought over 4 games I would have shot 817 or, not shot. And I think the last time in singles and doubles or whatever, when it came down to those sets, I think I shot under 500 each time the last couple years. But, this year I had a clue out there and I bowled much better. I think that the main thing about challenging yourself is the fact that you really can prove to yourself, what you're truly capable of. Even though I did not get the coveted baloney, I got the closest that I ever came in my life. I got 5 strikes in a row. I threw a really good shot out there, and it just didn't fall. But, I felt like it was a great lesson to me because, even though I didn't achieve my goal, I still achieved other goals, and there was still a lot of positives to take away from me going into this Dutchman baloney tournament and having pretty much career numbers. This is the first time I had to enter in a higher average than what I normally am accustomed to. But like my father said at the end of the set, the production is there based off of the improvement, and then also the real reason why we get to go to this baloney tournament every year, the Dutchman, is just spend some family time. Big shout out to Eric Ebron Sr. He says, "Talk that talk, happy belated birthday." I appreciate you, brother. But seeing Eric Ebron Sr. down there and seeing the love that I got from him, it made it all the difference. But, I want to bring it back to a story that happened earlier in the season when I was bowling trios at Carolier. I was bowling like absolute dog shit. I had no clue what I was doing out there, and I just felt lost in the sauce, right? And I remember being frustrated, but Dustin, my big shout out to Dustin, my teammate, he came up to me and was like, "Yo, don't ever forget, man. Your worst might be something that other people look up to." And I didn't even think about it or anything like that. But then at the end of the set, the kid Jeff, big shout out to Jeff Lemieux. He winds up, he's a high schooler, but I guess he looks up to me in a little way and likes the way I roll the ball. And he came up to me and asked me to bowl with him. And again, I thought that was a high honor because to be a mentor figure, that's something I look up to, and that's what I look forward to. And when Dustin said that to me, it kind of resonated to me. And I'm like, damn, here I was frustrated that I bowled like crap, but I got this kid who really looked up to me, and all he wanted to do was bowl with me, right? So again, those humbling experiences where you have people that look up to you, you have no choice but to follow through with your best and put your best foot forward. So, I really do look forward to and relish those times where I can be a mentor. And even this year, I can say that, I've struggled a little bit where, I was on the sports shot and I threw I threw a terrible shot, left a 5-pin. And I was so out of focus and out of confidence that I wound up missing the shot. And here, little Jeff, this little high school kid, he's trying to, get me hyped up and say, it's all right, you'll get it, and I just kind of brush him off, kind of I think I hit something on the one of the menus or something on the table. And it wasn't one of my proudest moments of the summer, but like, even though I've been on the up and up as far as, being a mentor, there are some times where you do struggle. And, I was frustrated, but my father actually, big shout out to my pops, he had to remind me that, what the real reason was. He's like, you're not out there to shoot 300 in this league. You're out there to be a mentor and to have fun with this kid, and to be what he looks forward to. And, once I kind of reaffirmed that to myself, that kind of helped to get that tension away from me and kind of like get that frustration as a whole out, right? And I think that kind of led up to what happened at the Dutchman. And sure enough, I was very frustrated that I didn't get the bologna. It was the closest I ever come, and I wound up only getting 5 in a row, and I wound up falling out on the lanes. It was pretty funny. Posted that video, but I didn't even know it, but there was this kid who was supposed to be the scorekeeper. So at all tournaments, they have a scorekeeper that keeps score for you. Normally, it's like a kid, and then at the end, your team pulls together a couple bucks and you tip it to them. But this kid was kind of just really looking up to us and what we did. They liked our card game. They liked our energy, and he just seemed to gravitate toward us. And a lot of people kind of got annoyed with him, but I gave him a lot of my time, and I thought it was pretty cool because James, that was his name, James. But he just really was, he loved everything that we were doing. And it was funny. I had on the Cloud9, obviously cannabis sponsored jersey. And he even went to the point of saying, like, I need to kind of get one of those jerseys so I could be just like you. And I had to tell him, I was like, I can't give you a cannabis jersey, but I can definitely hook you up with a different Talk That Talk Show jersey next time I come. But I thought back to what Dustin said again about how, your worst might be something that other people look up to. And sure enough, I remember talking about, is it the honey bologna? Because the honey bologna is one of the favorites that I like because they have a couple different flavors. But I say this to say that after the tournament concluded, this kid came up to me and said, hey, Barry, before you leave, I want to see you because I have something for you. And when I say to you, this kid took his tip money to go and buy me bologna, and he told me he did that because he was upset that I did not get the bologna, and he wanted me to have my favorite kind when I went home. And sometimes it's things like that kind of get to you, For me, it was just like that reaffirmation of what Dustin said to me that, even though you may not, succeed or you may not get those goals that you're trying to accomplish, to be able to have someone on that other side looking up to you and just proud to spend time with you, you can't underestimate that, man. And, I kind of lead that into what was my birthday. And I just want to appreciate and thank every single person that reached out, sent a call, sent a text, came out to the birthday celebration, whether you were on the beach, whether you came to Tommy's Tavern. The amount of people that showed up and showed appreciation, speaks to everything that I live for. I bring back a quote that, kind of resonated with me. Now, I don't know what it's been with quotes from these past couple weeks, but this one quote kind of stuck out to me. And it said, we live life not to make an income, but we live it to make an impact. And I feel like every single day that I come out here, I just try to be the best version of myself. And in doing so, hopefully can touch people in a positive way. I'm not the most perfect person, but at the same time, I just try to, live life with open ears, open eyes, and just think about some of the things that got me to this point. And, to be able to see like a Bobby Owens, to see an Isaiah, to see my boy Jeff come from the beach and, stay with us the whole time. See like an Ish, to see my mom come out to Tommy's Tavern. I just felt like, the effect that I've had on people as a whole was a reflection on my birthday. To see so many people have nothing but nice things to say and show up and be happy to genuinely be a part of the celebration. That's what it's all about, man. So, every single day, whether I'm on this podcast, whether I'm at the Cloud9 dispensary, whether I'm bowling on the lanes, I just try to have fun with life and just be the best version of myself, man. One thing, like my mom said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So every time I'm just always, taking and putting my best foot forward, and, the rest will come, man. I think that, to be able to have an event like that where, we had the turnout that we did, my boy Cisco pulled up. He wound up gifting me this really dope Select mug that I might have to bring to work tomorrow. But, again, the amount of support and appreciation that was given to me, it just it means the world, man. And anyone that, has an idea or struggles with finding a purpose, I think if you can look within yourself and just figure out how can you be the best version of yourself, then you have no choice but to have other people gravitate towards you. And you have no choice but to have those people enhance what you're doing. Because, even though I did ask people to be there for my birthday, it genuinely felt like people really wanted to be there. You ever looked at someone that felt like they just had to be there and it didn't look like they were having fun? When I just stood back and I looked it around to all the different people that were there, I just genuinely felt good, to see my boy Admiral, who I haven't seen in a couple months. And, obviously when you get older, it gets tough to hang out the same way that you used to. But that's the way life is, man. And I think that just because you don't see someone every day doesn't mean you don't have the same love for that person. And I think that, again, to see so many people that I haven't seen every single day, and to see the amount of love that I received on my birthday, and just even this whole past week, man, that's what it's all about. And that's what, you live your life for, to be able to, be the best version of yourself, stick and hold true to those core values, and to have moments where you can spend those best times with the people that you love. I remember, I think I had summer school one year at college, and I remember it was like a ghost town up there, and I had to spend one of my birthdays, pretty much by myself in a way. And I remember it wasn't one of the better ones, but, again, to be able to be with people that mean the most to you and just be surrounded by them and just surrounded by love, like I said, it just truly makes me feel like I'm on the right path. So once again, if you sent a text, you said, a call, showed up, Even if you sent me a belated, big shout out to Elijah. Thank you so much for that. Big Reese, giving a big shout out on Facebook. I appreciate you guys so much because, again, your support is what makes me who I am. Big shout out to, Brother Stan. Greetings from Calgary. See if Stan the Man will bring back something good for us back at the Carteret Estate. But once again, guys, this is the Talk That Talk show. And, not only do we talk about things that affect us on the personal side, but we like to talk about some of the things that are happening in basically the culture or in the world right now that's popping. And I'd be lying to you right now if I didn't say that I came out of retirement to pull out this stick right here. No diddy, all right? This is a controller to Xbox for those that don't know. And the reason why I've been playing this is because of NCAA College 25. If you've seen all the memes, if you've seen everything about that game, I'm here to tell you that it's just as good as they say it is. When you talk about the motion and the fluidity, you're able to do some insane juke moves, spin moves, the amount of catches, alterations to the game, the speed option, the RPO. There's a lot of things in the game, gameplay-wise, that make NCAA a 10 out of 10. But like we all say, the presentation of the game is what really makes this game stand out from any other sports game that we've seen on the market. NCAA has been a game that when I was in college, it seems like forever ago, but when that game came out, I felt like that was all we were playing was that game with Denard Robinson on the cover. NCAA is just a different experience because you just feel it true. You feel that atmosphere. And I remember when I came into it, I was like, I want to turn this game on. I was like, I want to play in Mississippi State at night because I want to hear them cowbells going, and or I want to play against Penn State at a night game and see what Happy Valley's like. And when you put those headphones on and you hear the stadium noise, it makes this game 10 to 20 times better. The presentation that went into it, all the different animations for introductions for teams, it is to the T. If you're a fan of Buffalo or Western Michigan, anything that makes that team specific is going to be in the game. And I think that is what makes it stand apart from any other sports game that we've played. Not to mention, I'm an online head-to-head guy. I like to play against, a user, all right? Playing against the computer doesn't really entertain me, right? However, with this Road to Glory mode, I've really enjoyed it. There's 4 different options. You can be elite, blue chip, balanced, and then I think the underdog is the end. I don't know why my dumb ass picked underdog, but I think I like a challenge. That's just me, I guess. But with each different recruitment class that you can try and be in, it adds a different experience. As an underdog, you gotta kind of fight your way from being like a walk-on and working your way up the depth chart, whether it be skill drills, in-game performance, practicing. They even have like a little RPG twist to it where you have to make situational decisions like going to study at class or going to the party with this girl that asked you out. It's really a unique game. I have not found myself getting tired of the game NCAA 25. And they'll tell you, I was bored for a while with Xbox. I was not a fan of what they had to offer. And, I just had other time doing other shit. However, we know that if there's something that we like, we make time for that thing that we like. And what I found myself is making more and more time to play NCAA 25. So if you are a fan of, sports games, whether you have Xbox like me or whether you have PS5, you need to get that NCAA 25 because I got to give that game a 10 out of 10. Whether it's Road to Glory mode, whether it's online head-to-head, whether you're playing against the computer, the atmosphere, the matchups are endless. The gameplay, the creativity that you can have offensively and defensively. just makes this game stand out, man. And that's why I would tell you, if you're a fan, you definitely got to get that NCAA 25. And then I'd be a fool if I didn't talk about one of the hottest things in America that just happened, and that was the WNBA All-Star Game. Now, I had no idea that this was done before, where they had the WNBA Select, USA Select team going up against WNBA All-Stars. I had never known that this was done before. But it's a very interesting format because, in most All-Star games, they're just letting them score, dunking, wide open shots. But this format really had these girls these women balling out. Arika Ngumbawale to do what she did. Caitlin Clark to showcase her talents. To say that the WNBA All-Stars with Angel Reese on the same team as Caitlin Clark going up against this USA Select team, I think it kind of had a lot of people questioning on the Select team committee on how this team was put together, because for your USA Select team to get beat by the All-Star team, that kind of brings a lot of questions. But I think that WNBA USA Select team needed that, kind of wake up, because at the end of the day, you're going up against other teams that are the best in the world. And if you can't even go out and beat against your own country, how the hell are you going to go up against these other countries? I know there's kind of be a little bit of a gap, but when it comes down to the Olympics, the USA cannot take anyone lightly, because what I've seen, like I said, all across the world, the gap between America and other countries is shortening. The talent pool is getting bigger, and especially in basketball. So if the WNBA, if they come out there, the USA Select team, and they come out there, just go through the motions, and just expect Diana Taurasi to get her 6th gold medal, I think they're going to be in trouble. But if they come out with the passion and desire that the WNBA All-Star team came out with, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to beat them. But I think that was a huge wake-up call. And I think that in a way, the NBA should somehow try and emulate, in a way, what the WNBA accomplished with the All-Star game. Because I feel like most times with All-Star games, they get a little boring because they're not as competitive. This WNBA All-Star game, from start to finish, was very entertaining. I love seeing defense. I saw people fighting over screens. That shit was entertaining. So if I'm the NBA, I got to look over to the WNBA and think, how can I make the NBA All-Star game as, competitive as what I saw from the WNBA? We saw the MLB where, they made the winner of the All-Star game get home field advantage, right? Maybe that's a way of trying to have them play for something. But, we got to try and find a way to get them to be competitive on the NBA side, just as competitive as they were on the WNBA side for the All-Star game. And we got Twin Lay here. Big shout out to my boy Liam. He's transferring. Gonna miss you, buddy. Hopefully all is well for you, and wish you the best in your football career, man. But another big thing that we have on the horizon, like I said, is going to be my trip out west. All right, we're going out to nationals. Like I said, I didn't have the best scoring experience last year, but I think that my mental game is a lot better this year, and the highest that it's ever been. And if you're listening, Liam, one of the things I want to tell you out there is that the mental game, whether you're talking about football, whether you're talking about bowling on my aspect, or any sport in general, you cannot underestimate what it takes to be a high competitive athlete with your mental game. If you're going out there frustrated about what happened last play, or if you're going out there frustrated about what happened last shot, there's no way in hell you're going to go out there and try and get a different outcome than what you had. I think the mental is really what's helped me to stand apart to be a state champion, and also to be able to have the confidence to make key shots when it counts. So I just hope that I can translate that same success that I've had, in the regular season, also building on in the summer season, to go out west to South Point and do what I'm supposed to do at Nationals, man. It's not going to be easy, but again, you have people that we call alley rats that just like to stay in the same place because that's where they have success. And I feel like, to be able to have success, you got to step out of your comfort zone. And, I really, truly look forward to the opportunities where I can step out of my comfort zone and see what I'm made of, man. And Nationals is one of those things. I can't wait to spend some time afterwards in Vegas, get to go to Circa, go to different spots in Vegas, hit up some new dispensaries. And then we're going to be heading out to LA afterwards. So can't wait to take a little tour of LA, hit up Venice Beach, go see an Angels game. There's a lot of things on the checklist that we want to get done on this vacation. But I think the main thing that when it comes to vacationing is just remembering that you're there to have fun, man. You want to do the things that you want to do. And, me, importantly, I thought it was very important, to work hard and get those extra hours in because I didn't want to feel depleted when I came back from vacation or be out there and feel like I can't do the things that I want to do. So, I think that working hard is very important. But, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, it's about, we don't live to make an income, you live to make an impact. And, what's good to have all this money, if you can't do anything with it or, make any fun experiences with it or make any fun memories. My girlfriend loves Disneyland and we're going to be able to go to Disneyland. And, that's all the hell she's been talking about these last couple of days. But, to see the excitement that she has and, to know just in a couple of days that we're going to be out of here, man. I think that that's an excitement that we as people need and crave. Going out of the routine, especially in your adult life, it can kind of seem like every day is repetitive or you're doing the same shit. So to be able to kind of switch that up, get something different in rotation and just see something different, man. A lot of times when you see different things, you have a lot of different perspectives on life, man. And I look forward to those opportunities, man. So, again, I can't wait to be out there in Vegas and in LA. I've worked damn hard all year. So I can't wait to, let my toes out and get in the pool, get some of that desert heat, and just enjoy it, man. That's what it's all about. Going out here and enjoying the time that we've earned through hard work. And on that note, this is the Talk That Talk show. Every single week, what time it is. I got a lot of packing to get done. It's going to be a great vacation. I'll see you guys in about a week or so. Gonna have to tell you all about what I seen out in Vegas and LA. I'm gonna miss all my Cloud9 boys. Big shout out to them. Hold it down for me while I'm not there. Keep your sales high. Before I get out of here, this is the Garden Green shirt on, so I'm gonna have to talk about a little product of what I've been enjoying over this past couple days. But I'll give you a sneak peek. First and foremost, the wedding cake half. That has been one that, for me, who's very experienced, I tend to think that I can handle myself, right? I had this wedding cake with my girlfriend, and let me tell you, that put us out. Anyone that's a fan of an indica, I would strongly suggest getting that wedding cake half from Garden Greens. The numbers on it looked really good, and for me, it was all about those big buds, right? And then finally, something that I'm looking forward to when I'm getting off the air. The thing about Garden Greens, again, is the terp levels. The terp levels are what I look for. Anything over 2% is going to get my attention. So when I saw this Kamikaze from Garden Greens, this was something that I really was looking forward to and I can't wait to try when I get off the air. This one's testing at 30% cannabinoids, We got 0.59 CBG and 2.65 terps. This is going to be an absolute hitter for my indica fans. You can find this over at Cloud9 Dispensary on Route 22 in North Plainfield, New Jersey. They are who made me a sponsored athlete, and where I'm going to be rocking their jersey over at Nationals, man. So big shout out to Cloud9 Dispensary. That is where I got this kamikaze indica leaning flower that I'm going to be trying once I hop off the air. But yo, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Talk That Talk show every single week. You know what time it is. You can check us out on Instagram Live. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, you name it. We're on all streaming platforms. We got Chris Riordan who says happy belated birthday. We got Ish who says when the Obama run's coming back. Little did you know, Ish, if you buy a Gardens Green half at Cloud9, you get the Obama runs for $5. So that's the only thing I can tell you, Ish. So check it out while I'm over there out west, man. This is the Talk That Talk show every single week. You know what time it is. I love you all. Thank you for the support. And I'll see you all when I get back from vacation.